Hello everyone, my name is Troy and I'm a Booktube Newbie. So, hello everyone, my name is Troy. Welcome back to my Booktube channel for my kind of first ever video on this channel. So today will be the Booktube Newbie tag. Before I do start, I want to just introduce myself. So I am 14. I live in North Carolina off the East Coast. I am a fantasy book lover. I'm just an all-around avid reader, avid booktuber, avid YouTuber. And what I'm currently reading right now is the last book of the A Court of Thorns and Roses trilogy. And again, but better for a reading vlog that I'm actually filming right now. But now let's get into the video. So the Booktube Newbie tag is just a series of questions where, I'll answer and, just kind of introduce you to myself, my reading style, and what I'll be doing on my YouTube channel. Before you do, make sure to like this video, comment, share, and subscribe. Definitely subscribe to me for more Booktube content. I'll just kind of show you a few thumbnails of what content's coming at you. So make sure to subscribe. All right, let's get right into it. Question 1. Why did you start this channel? So I started this channel because I am a complete, book obsessioner. I love Booktube. I love the Booktube community. I love Bookstagram. I love everything about books. I am just in love with reading. And so I thought I would create a channel around it. And I've always wanted to have this. I've always wanted to do this. And I'm so excited to be officially starting. I also just don't have many friends that talk about books. Like, I'm at the smartest school, but still no one reads. I literally don't have anyone to talk about books with except people online. I also have another YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is called the KO Chelsea Fanbase, and it's just based around this series. And around October, I just started to feel kind of limited as to what content I could create. And so I was like, what can I do? And so I finally, settled on a new YouTube channel because I just wanted to create videos about all the books besides just this one series. And so that's kind of what I started the channel about. Question 2, what are some fun / unique things you can bring to Booktube? I know this is kind of cliche, but everyone's their own person and everyone's fun in their own way. I feel like I'm a fun person. I feel like I'm unique because no one else is like me. I don't know anyone that's like me. And I'm also a male on Booktube and I'm less of the population on there. So that's also something that's unique. And also I think my YouTube experience, going in with a lot of YouTube experience and knowing how to edit, having these studio lights that make my shots look so much better, having a camera, having a microphone. I just feel like my experience on YouTube will definitely help me. I don't have to start with a bad video because I know how to create content. Question 3, what are you most excited for about this new channel? Well, I'm excited to just talk about books. My passion is books. My passion is video creating. I just combine them. I love video creating about books. I also want to be able to rant about books because I can talk about books for hours. It's my love for books is beyond the limit, and I'm just so excited to share and talk to you and meet new people. I'm just so excited to get everyone's opinions on things. So excited to be getting comments and interacting with other book people. I'm just so excited for that, and I really am so excited. Question 4. Why do you love reading? That's kind of a hard question because I've always said I love reading. Reading is my passion, whatever, but I don't really know why. I just think it's so entertaining to, pick up a book and read these great stories in these other worlds. And I'm a lover of fiction, so it's kind of an escape from reality, which is kind of a bad term, but it's escapism. It just gives me a break from the world. It gives me a break from all the work of, 2 YouTube channels. It's just so awesome to be able to just say, hey, I want to stop doing what I'm doing and just read. Take time for myself, really good self-care. It just feels really engaging too. In a movie, you're just watching it, right? But in a book, you're actually flipping pages. So you're following what it's saying and you're flipping pages. It's you're kind of engaging with the reading just by flipping the pages. And I just kind of like how the pages go from one side to the other. And at the end, I can say I've read all of these pages. Books are beautiful things, and I just want to spread that joy of reading on here. Question 5, what book or series got you into reading? I first got into reading by the Roald Dahl author. So he was an amazing author full of these magical books. The Magic Finger, or the Twits, or the BFG, or the Witches. I thought these books were so magical and whimsical and fun, and I just got into his books and I started to reread them and I just loved them. So I started going to the library more. Then elementary school through middle school, there's a few series that actually got me into total book obsession. So the first one was The Unwanteds, which I read in 4th grade. This series down here, which is an amazing kind of middle grade fantasy, and it was so inspiring and whimsical to me again. So I was like, I need to find more series about that. And then I found The Keeper of the Lost Cities series, which now spans across 8 books and I still follow with today. These books got me into a lot more book obsession, like going on the playground, playing as the characters, making bookish movies and stuff. Finally, Throne of Glass series, which got me into total book obsession and Booktube. This is kind of the series that introduced me to the whole bookish community, and you know, I love it. Question 6. What questions would you ask your favorite booktuber or booktubers? So my favorite booktubers would be Jessie the Reader and the Books, Poland Bananas Books, and Alexandra Rosalind. So those are kind of my favorite booktubers. What would I ask them? I would probably ask them, would you want to hang out or would you want to collab with me? I would ask them, you know, what's the funnest thing about Booktube? What got you into reading? How is your childhood reading experience, and how did that, you know, propel you into the Booktube world? How did you get into Booktube in general? I just think that would be cool, just, you know, reading origins. I think that would be a cool question to ask. Question 7. What challenges do you think starting a Booktube channel will be hardest to overcome? And now I have a lot of challenges with this Booktube channel. My first thing that kind of comes to mind is having 2 YouTube channels. Like, I have to do about 1 video per week on my KOTLC fanbase YouTube channel, and then I have to do 2 videos per week for the first 2 months on this YouTube channel. So I think it might be hard to be able to be in 2 places at once, but I have actually kept this a secret for a while, and I've been recording videos over the past 2 months for this channel, so I've made it so that I can actually get through like the first 2 months of uploading in both places. So I've just worked really hard over the last few weeks and the last few months, and my whole holiday break I've just been working on both channels, trying to set everything up for success. So I've got a lot of videos just in my files waiting to be uploaded, including winter reads, top 5 fantasy series, reading in a fort, reading slumps, 2019 reading wrap up. I've just got so much out there and so much scheduled, like, but you know, I really want to try to overcome, you know, the homework challenge. Like, sometimes I'll have an hour or 2 hours of homework, sometimes I'll have 3 hours of homework. Another thing will be like being discouraged by not having an audience at first. Like on my KOTLC fanbase YouTube channel, we'll get like 200 comments on each video, which will be really encouraging and really motivating to keep uploading. But on this channel, I won't have as many comments at first, and that's going to be something that's going to be discouraging. And then also just not reading enough, because I feel like I'll be pressured to read certain books. I'll be getting a lot of recommendations, and you know, I have my own TBRs and people will just be recommending me books. And question 8, when did you start reading? So I started reading literally when I was 4 or 5 years old. My mom had got me in this advanced like reading program since I was 3, like hooked on phonics, and I was like learning how to read before I was even in preschool or even in kindergarten. And I was literally reading chapter books in kindergarten. I was reading Junie B. Jones, I was reading, you know, advanced chapter books. I was reading like very early on, and I had that reading capability. And I started to kind of read on my own free will, like in 3rd grade. I just loved reading, and I started getting books as presents, and I started getting into the book fairs at my school. And then I totally got into book obsession and like reading and Goodreads and Booktube. When I was 13/14, I was watching Booktube, and you know, that's when I kind of really started getting into it, and you know, I got a lot of reading recommendations, and I started buying books, and I really got into total book obsession. Question 9, where do you read? I read in my bed. That's really all I have to say. Occasionally I'll read in a box. Occasionally I'll read outside. Occasionally I'll read out on a couch. Occasionally I'll read on a chair. Those are actually pictures taken from a video that you guys will see this month, I think. I just like to read in my bed mainly because it's just comfortable. There's a lot of things, like a lot of positions, like you can lay down, you can sit up, you can lay on your stomach. Like, there's so many positions, and I just like reading in my bed. And question 10, what kind of books do you like to read? And I think if you haven't already looked at my bookshelf, I'm a fantasy lover. Like, let's just look. Fantasy, Greek mythology, fantasy, dystopian, fantasy, whole shelf of fantasy. Harry Potter's fantasy, Divergent is dystopian, fantasy, adventure, and fantasy, and you know, more adventure. So I really dabble in kind of these 3 main areas. I like to read fantasy, dystopian fantasy, and adventure. I also like to read contemporary as well. And I didn't even realize that I had so much dystopian books, but like as I was counting, I was like, oh wait, I have like several trilogies of dystopian. I just love all the books. What kind of books do you like to read? All. I like to read all the books. That kind of wraps it up for these questions. So let's get into the outro. So I really hope you liked this video. I had such a fun time making it. Like, the questions questions. They were all really fun, and I'm just kind of excited to share my new booktube channel because I have been so excited to start this over the past few months, and to release my first video within like 2 days is crazy. I'm so excited, and I'm so excited to, you know, talk and chat books with you. So if you do have a booktube channel, please comment down below and I will check it out for sure. Make sure to like this video if you did enjoy it, and if you're excited for more videos, I would honestly appreciate your likes so much. Make sure to comment down below how you did your booktube channel, how your booktube channel is going, or, you know, if you don't have a booktube channel, tell me about your favorite books. I would love to know. Make sure to subscribe to me for more content. Like I said, I already have like a lot of videos in my files over the past 2 months. I've been working so hard on them. I'm making a reading vlog while I'm filming this video, so it's like there's so much content coming, so why not subscribe? I mean, guys, the mug says like, comment, share, and subscribe. I mean, you just have to follow it. I hope you guys read lots, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.